friends, today I am going to be doing my January Boxycharm unboxing, and I'm actually doing it on time. I just got this like literally on Saturday. It's a Monday now and I'm trying to film this after work, so yeah, be proud of me for once. I'm actually getting this up on time because it's been about 5 months since I uploaded a Boxycharm unboxing that was somewhat on time. So if you're not familiar with Boxycharm, it is a beauty box subscription service. I believe it is now $25 a month, and you can get a little bit of a discount if you do like a prepaid plan. I do like the 3 months at a time, so mine usually ends up being like around $23 a box, which was the original old price, but they have raised their prices a bit. But I still think it's a really good service, and with it only being raised just a few bucks, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And if you would like to sign up for Boxycharm, you can use my referral link below. Otherwise, let's get started and let me show you guys my box for the month of January. So the theme this month for Boxycharm is the breaking the ice, and usually I feel like January can kind of be really hit or miss with Boxycharm. I remember last January I wasn't super excited about a lot of the products. I mean, some were okay, some were not, but I've had a peek at this one and I'm really excited about a lot of things in this box. So mine is variation number 6, and I got a total of 5 products this month. So the first thing I got in my box is the very first like complexion product I believe I've ever gotten from Boxycharm, and this is from Pretty Vulgar, and it is a concealer. This is the Undercover Concealer, and mine is in the color 60 Little White Lies. So just from like based off like holding it up and looking at it, it looks like it could be a pretty good match. It might be just the tiniest bit darker than what I would go for concealer, but I'm gonna try this out and see what I think about it, because especially with this being like the first complexion product that I've gotten from Boxycharm, I think that they did pretty good at least getting close to a color I could wear. It'll be interesting to see what other people get and how close it gets to their skin tone, but I think at least for me, this seems to be a pretty decent kind of match. So this retails for $25. That's a little bit up there for concealer, so I'm really excited to get that in my box. And I actually really like a lot of Pretty Vulgar cosmetic products. I believe maybe all of the products I own, except for maybe 3 of them, I had purchased on my own, and then I've gotten quite a few Pretty Vulgar through Boxycharm boxes, so I'm always excited to get more because I really like this brand. So I'm going to start by just applying this and kind of seeing, it's got like one of those angled doe foot applicators, so I'm just going to start by kind of painting this where I would usually put my concealer. I do have to say it looks a little bit darker than what I go for, but I don't think it's something that is unusable for me. So I'm just going to blend this in. And I don't have any foundation on today. It was just kind of one of those days where I'm like, you know, I just don't feel like messing with makeup too much. So I just literally put on a little bit of mascara and just a little bit of my brows, and that was all I wore for the day. This definitely feels to be a little bit more of a like a thinner kind of feeling concealer. It doesn't feel extremely thick or like shape tapey or anything like that. I think just because I'm not wearing foundation, I'm just going to take a little bit more of this and just kind of do a little bit of it across my face and kind of in place of foundation. So this is what the concealer looks like all over my face, kind of used as like a little bit of like a spot treatment kind of foundation. Overall, I would say that this is a little bit more of a sheerer kind of concealer, which I don't mind. And it definitely worked really well with going all over my face without wanting to like do a whole like foundation and stuff like that. So it definitely really evened out my skin in the spots that I needed without being too thick or heavy. And it's so funny that I got this because I literally just ordered a crap ton of concealers. That just seems to be how it goes sometimes with Boxycharm. Like I'll buy a mascara and then I'll get like a mascara, and then I'll buy concealer and I get a concealer. It's really funny how it works out that way. But so far I actually really like this, and I think for me personally, I would have to look at the color range to see how many more colors they have of this. But if I was buying this for myself, I probably would have picked one shade lighter if they even have that. Like I said, I'll have to check out the shade to see what they offer. But if they have one lighter, that's probably what I would have picked. But overall, I think this is a totally usable product for me. And again, I'm like really impressed with how decent they did with the first kind of like actual skin tone complexion product. So I'm actually really impressed with this. So the next thing I got is so pretty. I really like this brand, and again, it was not a brand I'd ever tried before Boxycharm, but I'd gotten quite a few things from that, and I really like them. And this is Wander Beauty. So this is another face product. This is a blush and bronzer duo, and it's called Trip for Two. Let me see if that's the name of the colors. But it comes in this really pretty like peachy pink box, and whenever I open it up, it's just really pretty and simplistic packaging wise. And I really like this brand because the whole point of this brand is like I don't know, like smaller products, travel friendly things you can take with you, which is very, very relevant to me at the moment. And I really appreciate that. It's not this giant ass palette that I have to carry around that I'm not going to use with like 5 contour shades in it. That's just not very feasible for me. So I like getting little stuff like this that I feel like I can really take with me and use. So like I said, this is called Trip for Two. It's called a blush bronzer duo. But whenever I look at this, I would not call this a blush bronzer at all. This is definitely a blush, and that almost seems like, I don't know, almost like a highlighter to me, but it's like almost too dark to be a highlighter but way too light to be a contour or a bronzer in any way. So yeah, I don't know, and it almost looks a little bit shimmery. Let me kind of get a look at it. I'm definitely kind of like intrigued by that color because that definitely does not look, it has a little bit of like a sheen to it as well. I'm gonna try it as a bronzer contour kind of deal. It really does not look like that's gonna work very well at all for me, but I'm gonna give it a go. So I'm gonna start with the bronzer color. It's called Costa Ray, and I'm just gonna take a little bit on this brush. This is also one I got from Boxycharm. I think I got this one this summer. It's like a BH Cosmetics brush, and I love this for contour, but I'm just gonna kind of apply this a little bit. I feel like this is totally not gonna be much of a bronzer for me, but again, it's not a highlighter either. It's almost like too close to my skin tone. Like if maybe I was a little bit paler, it would work as like a bronzer or contour kind of thing, or if I was a little bit darker, it could probably almost work as like a face powder or like a highlighter. But as far as like a bronzer kind of product, it's definitely not that for me. I think this is just way too close to my skin tone to really be anything that's gonna define my face at all. Honestly, it's so close to my skin tone, it would almost make like a finishing powder for me if it was not as like satiny kind of finish. But I don't know, what do you think? Does this work as a bronzer, contour, anything for me? I kind of have to say no. I feel like it just really, I don't know, it's just too close to my skin tone. I feel like maybe if I build it up a little bit, I can get like a very slight kind of bronzery contour kind of look, but I don't know. It's just not really what I typically go for. And I'm gonna try the blush color out. I feel like this is gonna be a little bit more promising for me. This color, I feel like would just suit my skin tone really well. It's like the perfect depth. It's not too dark or not too bright. So I'm gonna try this one out and see what I think about it. And I like that this one is not a super shimmery one. It does have a slight bit of like a satiny pearl kind of to it, but nothing that is so shimmery that feels like I wouldn't get much use out of it. And it definitely does have a really pretty kind of soft luminance to it. I think that just looks really pretty and fresh and not overdone at all. So I actually really like the blush on this one. I just wish that contour, bronzer, whatever was either a little bit lighter or a little bit darker so I could get a little bit more use out of it. But otherwise, I really do like this, and I want to check out more things from them because, like I said, the travel size idea that they have with the company really intrigues me, and I really like that. And just to give my face a little more dimension, I'm going to use a highlighter. This is not from Boxycharm, but this is like a new product that I saw at Walmart recently, and it's the Coty Airspun brand, but it's like a loose highlighter. I don't know why, but it really intrigued me, and I'm not a huge fan of loose highlighters because they're just so messy, but this one was so pretty. I couldn't help myself, and I think they had like 3 colors of it, and I don't know, it's just been so long since I've used a loose highlighter. I've really been liking it, and I feel like it's just so pretty, but it's definitely really easy to go overboard. Like I feel like I totally just overdid it on my forehead a bit, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of my sponge and kind of dab that out a bit, just kind of bring it back to a normal amount of shine. And I swear, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm allergic to my cat because I just sneezed like 12 times in a row twice, and I am not usually this sensitive, but honestly I was just petting my cat and I feel like I might be allergic to him. So the next thing I got in my box is a palette, and this is from Ace Beauty. It's called the Scarlet Dusk palette, and this is just so pretty. And again, I love Ace Beauty. I've tried one of their other palettes, and I've actually bought that one on my own and then ended up getting it in Boxycharm. So this is another one. This one's actually really pretty, but it is very, I don't know, if you have a lot of warm tone red burgundy kind of palettes, you probably have all of this stuff, and I probably do have all of these colors, but they are pretty, and I really like these colors because I feel like they really what's the word, complement my eye color because I do have green eyes, but I just don't find myself wearing red eyeshadows a whole lot just because, I don't know, I feel like you kind of have to commit to like wearing a red eye look. And I feel like these colors are very similar to the palette I got last month, which was the Storybook Cosmetic ones. This one definitely, you know, doesn't have all the same type of colors, but there's definitely a lot of like similar colors. I mean, of course there's not any blue in there, but there's a lot of like those peachy pink warm kind of colors that are in this palette. But overall, it's really cute palette and I'm excited to try it because I love Ace Beauty's eyeshadows. So I'm gonna do an eye look real quick using this palette and come back and share with you guys what I think about it. Okay, so this is the eyeshadow look I did with this palette. I definitely just really went with the reds. This is a little bit more red than I would typically wear, but for the colors that I use, first I start off with this one. This one is called Sunset Rose, and I did that all in the crease. Then I darkened it up with this next one here. That one is called Crimson. Then on the outer portion and in the crease, I deepened it up with this color here. That one's called Nocturnal. And the last color I did all over my lid and a little bit in the inner tear duct area is this color called Maui. I definitely stuck a little bit more towards the redsy sides, but there are a few more like burgundy, kind of pinkish kind of colors in this area. Overall, I felt like this was a really nice palette. It was a little bit on the powdery side, but definitely still really pigmented and definitely a palette I really enjoyed. The only thing is I really already do have so many eyeshadow colors that are this warm, redsy, fiery kinds of palettes. Did I necessarily need another one? No, but it is a palette that I really like. And the price of the palette is $39.99. Now I do have to say, I feel like that's a little bit high for the palette because there are definitely other eyeshadows that I have, eyeshadow palettes that I bought that are less expensive that either come with more colors or more products. And I still think it's a really good palette. I think it's so pretty if you don't already have something in your life like this. But if this was, you know, $40, let's say, would I be inclined to purchase this myself? I don't think I would, just because, like I said, I already have a lot of stuff like this and they are pretty, but I don't know. If I saw this on the shelf for $40, I think the packaging really is what kind of gets me because I just love the art style of this. It's so pretty. But if I saw this for like $40 and I was like just looking at the eyeshadows, I probably wouldn't be as drawn to buy it myself. The next thing I got in my box is a mascara, and this is from Petite and Pretty, and it's called the Fully Feathered Volumizing Mascara. It kind of has a little bit of a tropically theme on the cap here, which is so cute. I will not be trying this out today because I am still working on one of the other mascaras that I got from Boxycharm, and this is the Big Ego from Tarte. I'm still working on this and I don't like having multiple mascaras open at once because they're just gonna go bad. And I also tend to use mascara a little bit longer than you're supposed to, just because I don't know, I just don't like throwing stuff away and wasting it. Even though I know it's like mascara, you should be, you know, getting new ones and stuff. I don't know, I just don't like wasting things and I like using them up as much as I can. So it might be a few months until I get to this because I think I'm honestly kind of backed up on mascara, especially from Boxycharm. So that's definitely one of those things I never feel like I have to buy anymore. It's mascara and cleansers. Yeah, face cleansers. I never need to buy any more of those because I am so backed up from them from Boxycharm. But this retails for $16. This does feel a little bit smaller than a typical mascara. Let me see if I can see the size. This one has 0.22 fluid ounces or 6.5 milliliters. I just threw it across the room now on accident. And this one, if I can read it, this one has 0.23 fluid ounces, 7 milliliters. So it's actually only a 0.0 milliliter larger, but for some reason it just looks so much larger than the other one. Either way, I will probably let you guys know what I think about that one in a few months when I get to it. All right, and the final product I got in my Boxycharm, I was again super excited for this. This is from Glow Recipe, and this is the Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask. It came in like a little pouch like this, and this is just one of those products I've always wanted. And not too long ago I got another, it was the pineapple serum from Glow Recipe, and I really like that, so I was so excited to get this in my Boxycharm. This retails for $22 and it is a sleeping mask, which I really like those because, you know, you can put it on your skin at night and it just sinks in so nicely. I have a lot of sleeping masks that I really enjoy, like some less expensive ones like from Korean beauty brands, like the Etude House sleeping one that looks like a little boba. It's so cute, but I cannot wait to use this. I want to use this tonight and I will try to like film a clip or at least come back and let you guys know what I think about this, but I'm probably going to really love this unless it like just totally wrecks my skin, which I don't foresee that happening. But I am so excited I've gotten this because this is definitely a brand that like aesthetically they're just so pretty. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just so excited. So I have not even tried this yet and I'm giving this one like a hell yes because I have been wanting to try this for so long. And I gotta smell it real quick. I gotta see, I gotta know, what does it smell like? If it smells like a true watermelon, does it smell like a candy watermelon? It smells definitely like a true watermelon. It's that watery kind of sweet scent without being like a sickly sweet. Not gonna lie, I actually don't like real watermelon, but I love artificial flavored watermelon, like watermelon candy and stuff. But real watermelon, I'm just not a huge fan of the taste. I think it might be the texture because I'm not a huge fan of cucumbers either. And they're just, I don't know, kind of in the same family. But I cannot wait to try this. I don't know if this is the full size or if this is like a smaller one. I'll definitely have to look. This one is 30 milliliters or 1 fluid ounce, just if you were wondering. All right, so the final value of my box is $111.11. Definitely wasn't a dud box in my opinion, and definitely a lot of products I'm interested in testing out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys later.